Assalamu alaikum. Important questions for a AKTU University. See, these are the very important questions. 2 marks questions and answers. Okay, important questions and answers in HAP-2 with notes. I will provide in this notes also. You can take the screenshot of that notes. And these 2 marks are very important. These are enough for your HAP-2 examination of your second semester. So, one request to you all, if you like this video means inshallah rahman, I will, on your demand, I will complete a 10 marks as well as a 5 marks important questions with answers, but I will see your response to these videos. Let's start first the 2 marks very important one. See, two types of feedback system. This question was also asked in AKTU question paper. There are two types of feedback loops. One is positive and negative. Positive feedback means amplify system output resulting in growth. Okay, positive means just effect, positive effect. We are liberating the hormones, enzymes. Okay, what resulting in growth. Then negative feedback dampers output, means stabilizes the system around an equilibrium point. Just remember two things. Positive means it will secrete the enzyme, it will proceed the growth, and here negative means just what it will do, it will equilibrium the position, means equilibrium the point. Then functions of cerebellum and hypothalamus. See, the cerebellum is important for making postural adjustments in order to maintain balance. To maintain the balance, we are using this cerebellum. Hypothalamus, its main function is to keep your body in a stable state called homeostasis. If your body want to in homeostasis mean, then because of the hypothalamus. And also it also influence your autonomic nervous system or by managing many hormones. Then define GFR, a glomerular filtration rate, is a blood test that checks how well your kidneys are working. Okay, your kidneys have tiny filters called glomeruli. These filters help remove waste and excess fluid from the blood. A glomerular filtration rate test estimates how much blood passes through these filters each minute. 125 ml of the blood passes through each minute, 180 liters per day. Remember this one. Next, what is basal metabolic rate? It is a rate at which the body uses energy while at rest to maintain vital functions such as breathing and keeping warm. Okay, basal metabolic rate means it is one rate where our body, what it does, it utilizes the energy when the body is at rest while breathing and keeping warm. Then what is tidal volume and residual volume? This question also asked in 5 mark. Tidal volume, residual volume, inspiratory reservoir volume. Tidal volume is the amount of air that moves in or out of the lungs each respiratory cycle. It measures around 500 ml. The residual volume is the volume of air remaining in lungs after maximum forceful expiration. After expiration, forceful expiration of the air, what air remains, what the volume of air remains in your lungs, that's known as residual volume. Clear? Next one, functions of liver. See, bile production and secretion, very important function. Then excretion of the bilirubin, cholesterol, hormones and drugs. Then some of the metabolism of fats also, proteins also, carbohydrates, enzymes. These all are the functions of the liver. Clear? Next, let's discuss among the enumerate all the endocrine gland present in the body. Hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid gland, adrenals, pineal glands, ovary and the testes. These all are the endocrine gland. And define gametogenesis. See, the production of gametes from haploid precursor cells. Just two haploid combines and form one gamete. That is known as the process known as gametogenesis. In animals and higher plants, two morphological distinct types of gametes are produced, male and female. Then define net filtration pressure. Net filtration pressure is the total pressure that promotes filtration. Okay, which promotes the filtration in the human body. Mainly where occurs filtration occurs in the kidneys, in the glomerulars. 10 mmF Hg. Next move, define autocrine and paracrine gland. See, autocrine glands are the glands that produce hormones that act on their own glandular cells. Example, prostaglandins, means they will act on their own cells. Then a paracrine gland, a type of hormone function in which hormone synthesized in and released from endocrine cells binds to it. Simple. There in autocrine what happens? The the gland produce hormone that acts on their own glandular cells. But in paracrine gland what happens? They produce a hormone from these glands will be secreted on the other than the its own cells. Next, write in brief about brush border enzyme. See the microvilli villi that constituent the brush border have enzymes for this final part of digestion into their apical plasma membrane as integral membrane proteins. See this brush border enzymes, it is also present where in the proximal convoluted tubule for what? To remove the water molecules, for simple to filtrate. Explain about Cushing syndrome, a condition that occurs from exposure to high cortisol level for a long time. Okay, here what happens? High cortisol levels, exposure to high cortisol level. The most common cause here is steroid drugs, but it can also occur from overproduction of cortisol by the adrenal gland. Then what is action potential? An action potential is defined as a sudden, fast, transitory and propagating change of the resulting membrane potential. Only neurons and muscle cells are capable of generating an action potential. That properly is called excitability. See here, these some definitions are difficult to remember. So what you do, you remember on your own way. Okay, then what is the role of mouth in digestive system? Simple, there is no need to write this one only, there is no mandatory. You can take in your own words, you can use your own regular words. Like the process starts in your mouth when you chew, your salivary glands make saliva, digestive juice which moistens food, so it moves more easily through your esophagus into your stomach. And saliva also has an enzyme that begins to break down starches in your food. And give the name of disorders of male reproductive system: erectile dysfunction, HIV/AIDS, intestinal cystitis, genital warts. Define asthma and pneumonia, a condition in which a person airways become inflamed, narrow, and swell and produce extra mucus, which makes it difficult to breathe. It's known as the asthma. If you discuss about the pneumonia, means here what happens, infection that inflames air sacs in one of the both lungs, which may fill with the fluid. And functions of hormones, mainly metabolism, growth, development, emotions, mood, fertility, sexual function, sleep, blood pressure. Many more functions are there, you can write it down. Next one, where does fertilization takes place in female? Fertilization of an egg by sperm normally occurs in the fallopian tubules. Egg and sperm both coordinates, both joints where in the fallopian tubules. The fertilized egg then moves to the uterus where it implants to the uterine lining. Explain the role of CCK and secretin in intestinal phase of digestion. See, they regulate the digestion process by stimulating various enzyme reactions, secretions. Secretin stimulates the secretion of water and bicarbonate ions by the pancreas. Pancreas are very important for the to maintain the glucose level. So these interrelated functions we have to write. Then CCK, that is cholecystokinin, stimulates the secretion of bile juice and pancreatic enzymes. It is also help to secrete the bile juice and also secreting enzymes. This CCK also helps to secretion of the glucagon, insulin. These functions you can write in your answers better. So these are the very important 2 mark very important questions and answers for AKTU University. If you are new to this channel, subscribe my channel Legend Pharmacy. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.